Lisa has a question. Can Cancers not be so emotional? No. That's like asking a Scorpio not to be controlling or a Taurus not to be demanding. No, the answer is no. Or a Sagittarius not to be like adventurous and like fun and free spirited. Or an Aquarius not to be analytical and a little bit of a shit starter. Um, no. No, it's not possible. It's not possible for Cancer to not be emotional. Being emotional is exactly who Cancer is, and it is what they are about. Oh, hi, Cut Love. Thanks for being here. The thing about Cancer is that they are ruled by the moon. So, being ruled by the moon, their mood is directly affected by their ruling planet. As you know, in astrology, the moon sign, right? It's all coming together. So the moon sign is about feelings. It's about the subconscious mind. It's about our mothers. It's about our childhood. And Cancers are super emotional because the moon is a rapidly moving planet compared to some of the other planets. So as an example, during 1 week in astrology, we can have the moon in several different zodiac signs. You know, the moon was in Aquarius, or probably is in Aquarius. Then it's going to be, you know, before that it was in Capricorn, you know, before that it was in Sagittarius. So imagine having to embody the energy of all these different signs every single day. Like today you wake up, your mood is feeling hot and spicy like Sagittarius, and tomorrow you wake up, your mood is feeling completely like stoic and repressed and like congenial, you know, like Capricorn, which, you know, there's two separate energies and you have to adjust. So Cancer, it sucks to be a Cancer because you never feel stable. You never feel grounded in anything emotionally. You never truly feel secure. But the evolved Cancers are those that welcome that lack of stability, right? Like they're aware that the fast changing position of the moon creates, you know, different moods in them. And as a result of that, they know this is normal for them. So they don't judge it. They don't criticize it. They don't pretend not to be having it. They don't externalize it. They just accept it. And then they become very good at thriving in that emotional chaos. This is why Cancer is so good at manifesting, because they learn how to find stability in the chaos. You know, because when you're that deeply affected by changes in your environment, in order to thrive, you have to become very good at adjusting, at shifting. Yeah, so someone said, oh, it's changing, waning. Yeah, exactly. So you have to become very good at this, you know, ducking, know when to run, know when to stop, know when to go, know when to cry, know when to yell, know when you're overreacting, know when you're underreacting. You know, you just have to, you know, this is why Cancer is the smartest, most emotionally intelligent zodiac sign in astrology, is because the universe throws so many emotions at them so fast. And when they evolve, they can thrive. They become like a magician. You know, they can take everything that comes their way and use it. They can use their tears. They can use their anger. They can use their sadness. They can use it all. Like, they don't think of emotions as good or bad, embarrassing, not embarrassing. They just accept them as a part of life. It's like, yes, sometimes humans are sad, and that's okay. And if I'm sad, I'm gonna cry. And then tomorrow, or even 5 minutes later after that cry, I might be okay. I might be able to move on from here. It doesn't have to be something that takes over my whole day. But then sometimes there are things that happen that really knock me off my foundation. And it does take up my whole day. And that's okay too, because sometimes the emotions are so deep and so overwhelming that you can't just shake them off. So Cancer doesn't run away from them like the rest of us do. You know, they embrace all of that fluidity because they know the only constant truly is change. Cancer experiences on a deep emotional level what all of us are supposed to be learning, which is that you cannot get attached to anything because nothing lasts forever. Nothing in this universe lasts forever. Your own life doesn't last forever. So why do you think anybody else's life or reality is going to last forever? Oh, thank you, Lisa, for all my roses. Why do we expect things to last forever when truly nothing does? So Cancer in their day-to-day is wildly aware of that reality, and they're also wildly aware of their inefficiencies. You know, one thing about Cancer is they're very aware of their shortcomings, and they're very aware of the fact that they're going to make mistakes. You know, they don't hold themselves to such a high, unreasonable standard that they are unable to learn from their mistakes. A lot of zodiac signs have such a huge ego that they perceive themselves as being like impervious to like making mistakes. And as a result of that position that they've deliberately taken, they have a difficult time now learning from their mistakes because they see themselves as somebody that cannot make mistakes and as somebody that is perfect. You know, Virgo is a great example of that. Cancer, on the other hand, knows that life is shitty, emotions are shitty, and swimming through them sometimes is difficult and it's overwhelming and it's exhausting. And humans are often very shitty to one another. So Cancer doesn't have like a denial, you know, about the reality of things. So their nostalgia and their desire to want to hold on to the good moments is because they have a very serene like awareness of the fact that nothing lasts forever. So yes, I might be crying right now and I might be depressed right now about somebody breaking up with me and about feeling lonely, about feeling sad, about feeling depressed. But you know what? That too will not last forever, just like all the other good times. So that's pretty much that. So Cancer's strength is exactly in the thing that we hate about them, which is that they're moody. But their moodiness is really their special spiritual power. Because when you go through so many emotions so quickly, you become very good at picking up on like what you're feeling and what other people are feeling because you're so tuned in to all the different variations of emotions that you can have in a day. This is why Cancer is very good at reading what you need and what you want, is because they're experts at that for themselves. Everything is about the self. The more you can master your own emotions, the easier it will be for you to master everybody else's reality. So that's your answer to that question. Can Cancers ever not be emotional? The answer is no. They would be dead. And there would not be a Cancer if they were not expressing their emotion. There would be a Capricorn. Capricorn is Cancer, but you know, more earthy. So it's like more suppressed emotions, even though Capricorn is just as sensitive as Cancer. All right. Who has the next question? And thank you to everyone else who gave me gifts while I was talking. I appreciate it. And Gemini Nice said, that makes sense. I thought it was a Gemini part of me being indecisive on how I feel emotionally. Yeah, it could be as well. You know, but if you have, do you have Cancer at your moon placement, Gemini Nice 37? Tashimani said they're Capricorn. They want to, but they're guarded with their emotions. Yeah, Capricorn is insecure about expressing their emotions. Cancer is secure about expressing their emotions. That's the way these two are different, but they're the same. So it's like two sides of the same coin. One associates embarrassment and shame with expressing their emotion. One only gives themselves permission to be strong. And in the case of Capricorn, really it's to not be human, right? Let's call it what it is. It's to not actually feel anything. It's to be neutral, to be devoid of emotion, to be stoic, to be not responsive to what's happening around them emotionally. Because Capricorn has been bred into believing that they can only depend on themselves. So crying about their problems is not going to help them, number one. And number two, it makes them weak. So Capricorn attaches a lot of their self-worth and self-esteem to their ability to deny their emotion and to deny their emotional vulnerability and to deny their sensitivity. They take a lot of great pride in being able to be emotionally, unresponsive to things that most people will be cracking at. Most people can have an experience that will completely shatter their entire world. And Capricorn will have that experience, for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, and they'll wake up tomorrow just fine. And a lot of that is because of, Saturn. Saturn has taught them discipline. So no matter what's going on in Capricorn's world, they know they have to be responsible. They know they have to be the adult. They know they can't count on anyone else. So they know they have to be disciplined with how they deal with their emotions. Cancer, on the other hand, isn't ruled by Saturn. So they have the freedom to embrace those emotions and to express them. And luckily for Cancer, because they bring forth a lot of nurturing energy in their connection, most people are very responsive to Cancer falling apart. Most people are very available to Cancer when Cancer falls apart, because Cancer generally is available to everybody in their circle. In fact, Cancer is the number one friend that people are going to call if they have a problem, because they know Cancer is secretive, Cancer is loyal, Cancer is dependable, they're deeply caring and deeply kind. Capricorn is all those things too, but Capricorn is traumatized. So there's a paranoia that comes with Capricorn that Cancer doesn't have. And Capricorn's inability to express their emotion makes that paranoia much worse, kind of like what Scorpio goes through. So what happens is Capricorn is often the last person to know what's going on with people, because people don't see Capricorn as somebody that is available emotionally and that is warm and that, you can really go to when your world is falling apart. So basically, that's kind of what sister signs look like. Capricorn is just like Cancer, but a stoic, suppressed version of Cancer. What's the kids say? That's why I like when the moon is in Capricorn. They get more talkative. That's funny. I mean, moon in Capricorn is basically like moon in Cancer, but repressed. And it's not that Capricorn are emotionless. It's that they've figured out that being super emotional is not how they get their goals done. Your bills don't care that you're sad about working, right? Like, your bills do not care that you feel sad about going to work today. Your bills want to get paid. So if you need to cry about it and throw up about it on your way to work, that's what you do. But who cares, right? So that's Capricorn's attitude about a lot of this stuff. But Cancer's attitude to that same thing is, but I care. I'm sad, so I care. So it matters. It matters that I'm sad. So yes, I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to do what I'm asked to do, but I'm going to cry my fucking way to work. And on the way back to work, I'm going to cry all the way. And after I eat dinner, I may even cry myself to sleep. And yes, I'll feel better afterwards. So that is the difference. The difference is Cancer is able to purge the negative emotions through crying and expressing them. And Capricorn holds on to their negative emotions, which then makes it difficult for them to have emotional depth, because they don't get curious about what they're holding on to. They don't dissect it. They don't release it. They don't investigate it. It's like they deny it. Their instinct is to deny the emotion, especially if it's one that makes them feel vulnerable. So a true healed Capricorn, a true evolved Capricorn is a lot like Cancer, actually, where the people in their lives know how they feel about them. The people in their lives know they're really like a mushy teddy bear, even though they have the resting bitch face that Capricorn has, but the people in their lives know they're sweet, they're sensitive, they're caring, they're loving, just like Cancer. It's just they don't lead with that vulnerability. They save that for when they feel it's really necessary. Someone said, I like older Capricorns are more relaxed. Absolutely. When Capricorn gets older, that's when they actually get more childlike. Because of Saturn, when Capricorn is young, they're older. If you see pictures of Capricorn when they're young, they actually look older than they do when they get older. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. When you see Capricorn kids in photos, they all look stressed the fuck out. They look like they're not enjoying life at all, because they're not. They're not, because they're not having a childhood. And I don't care how stable their parents were. I don't care if they came from a two-parent household. I don't care if they grew up in the life of luxury. I don't care. It does not matter what their life looked like. Capricorn as kids have a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. So when you look at their pictures when they're little, they look stressed. They look serious. They look like little adults. They don't look happy. They have the happy moments, yes, but they're not happy kids. Capricorn was never a happy kid. When Capricorn gets to be older, that's when they become the happy kid that they were supposed to be when they were little. So everything for Capricorn happens later in life, unfortunately. All the blessings come later, all the joys of childhood come later, all the, comfort with themselves, their bodies, their look, their appearance, their life goal, their life purpose. All of it, success, all of it comes later. It's just they have to work hard for everything that everybody gets up front. That's just the way it is. That's Saturn. Saturn says, if you want to be rewarded, I need you to show me that you deserve it. I need you to work for it. I need you to show me. And this is why Capricorn is the same way in their relationships. And when you put the paranoia and the trauma together, Capricorn is not going to be out here crying with you. For what? They don't trust you. They do not trust you. They're definitely not crying with you. If you know a Capricorn and you've seen them cry, then God, they love you. Because Capricorn will literally know you for 10 years and they look like this all the time. Like, are you alive, Capricorn? Like, is everything okay? Is your heart beating? Like, are you breathing, Capricorn? Like, are you making plans for dinner? Do you have anything that you're excited about that you want to share? And don't you dare ask Capricorn anything personal. Don't you dare. You want to piss off a Capricorn or get them to shut you out right away? Get too personal too quick. Just get too personal too quick. They're going to remind you they're going to quickly remind you that you're getting too comfortable and you're getting too personal and you do not know them like that. And they don't know you like that. And they don't like you like that. And you have not earned the right to be getting personal because they have not given you that green light. Cancer is also like that, but Cancer has maternal energy. So Cancer can make you feel good without you knowing they're shutting you out. Because they're going to bake you cookies while they're doing it. They're going to bake you cookies. And they're going to tell you, like, you're great, you're doing great, you're trying hard, give yourself a break. Pat yourself on the back. Cancer is going to give you Cancer is like a nice warm blanket. And they're going to make you feel so good, you're going to forget that Cancer has not actually shared anything personal with you. Those two are the same. But Cancer has the advantage of being perceived as being more friendly and more warm. Even though Cancer doesn't really trust anybody like Capricorn because Cancer has seen some things and they're very sensitive. And they know how cruel people can be. So no, they're not opening their hearts to anybody either. But yes, you will see those tears if you hurt them because they need to let you know how they feel. It's really important to them. So that was the dichotomy between, Capricorn and Cancer as sister signs. Give me 1 second, guys. Thank you for tapping on the screen. I'll be right back. Side note before we transition to the next question. So I have this goal every day. I got this huge water bottle that tells you basically how you're coming throughout the day. And I would recommend this to anybody who's trying to get better with drinking their water, minding their business. This is a great way to start. What I love about this bottle is that it's timed. So you basically get to keep track of how you're doing during your day. So it starts at 7 a.m. and ends all the way at 9 p.m. So I didn't finish the one for yesterday. So I just whenever I'm behind, because I get super busy, I go ahead and chug it down a lot. So I apologize ahead of time if I have to take breaks, nature calls. But I am trying to make sure that for today, I do finish the whole thing. This is something I do every day. And yeah, if you want to join me on this like daily activity, I would appreciate it. It's a great way to like set a small goal for yourself that's good for your health and also good for your mental health, because when you are drinking your water, it's easier to mind your business. So that's that.
All right, guys, I love you very much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I can't wait to do this again with you, and I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Same time, 2 p.m. We'll do it again, and then on Sunday, we get to talk about what it's like dating the zodiac signs. Thank you for all of my beautiful gifts. Thank you for making time for me, hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me, through this work. I also get healing energy. Thank you for your healing energy you're sharing with me by asking these questions. Oh, you guys mean the world to me, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for the 25K likes. I set a goal for 20 and you surpassed it. Oh, I don't know what I did to deserve this and deserve you guys, but I am truly grateful and do trust that I'm humbled every time I get to be on here to talk about all these things with you. Truly, truly gives meaning to my world and to my life. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful evening, okay? Bye.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.